Well, how's it going out there to all you backpackers? Today I've brought you to one of my favorite places to hike in the whole world. This place is called Boone Cliffs. It's in Boone County, Kentucky, out past Burlington. Really, it's one of the only good places to hike within about 10-15 miles of here at least. So this trail's been closed for about a year, maybe more, to preserve, let it regrow, and general nature preservation. There's a small gravel parking lot. There's only 6 spaces here. Got 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6 over here. In the corner there's one. Can't park in this spot. Turn around only. Here's the hours over here. 7 a.m. to 8:30, winter 7 to 6. All vehicles remaining will be towed. That's probably true. The population around here isn't too keen on people leaving their cars or double parking or parking in the road or anything like that. So if you come here and it's all filled up, you're just going to have to wait till someone leaves, because quite possibly someone will complain and your car will be gone when you get back, and nobody wants that. This gate is all new. I imagine they closed that at night. This is new right here. There actually used to be a little guest log you could write in, a little paper and everything. It was really cool when you came here. They had a paper you could write. Can't tell you how many times Bigfoot and Sasquatch signed that thing. This really doesn't have any information on the geology of the area here, and I will put some of that into this video later on. Learn a little bit about the actual cliffs that are here. So let's go ahead and get walking on the trail. One more thing before we get started on the trail. I wanted to show you this right here. This actually used to be another loop trail that was here. It's not a trail anymore. You're not allowed to go off the trail. Please don't go on this trail. Just for historical purposes, that actually did used to be a way you could go up and around and loop up this way on the trail. Okay, without further ado, no dogs. Let's get going on the trail. See how this has changed. I'll point out some things on the trail along the way. We'll see the cliffs. And we've got a stream or creek, you could call it, up here. It's a tributary to Middle Creek. This road down here we're walking along is Middle Creek Road. And the creek up here is a tributary to the actual Middle Creek. And there's some other interesting things down the road. Densmore Homestead and some more trails. Might even be called Middle Creek Trails. There's a bunch of them. That's a mail truck. Even way out here, people probably getting their packages. This trail's about the furthest away. You can see someone's made a little trail here they shouldn't have. Probably eroding some soil. Anyway, this is pretty much the furthest you can get away from civilization on a public trail in northern Kentucky. Let's take a look at the creek. It's actually flowing a little bit. Goes straight down to the road and then under the road, I believe. Somewhere near the end of August. No leaves changing yet. And now we'll start with the incline here. Get another look down at this creek. Maybe over here. Well, this is new right here. try to pronounce this, the black cohosh, the bugbane. So what are we talking about here? Species of flowering plant, native to eastern North America. Roots and rhizomes have been used medicinally by Native Americans. Extracts from these plant materials are thought to possess analgesic, sedative, and anti-inflammatory properties. Well, just goes to show you, the whole, the woods are just a giant pharmacy. So this is totally new, and I'm not quite sure what to make of this here. The trail forks. Normally we keep going straight here. Can't tell if this is a landslide or part of the trail. This really should be marked right here. Guess we'll take it up to the right and see what happens. Okay, so we're taking the trail up to the right, which looks like it's well worn enough. It's an actual trail. I changed the footpath here a little bit since before the restoration. Yeah, this part's definitely new right here. This might not even take us directly to the cliffs. Find out. Not sure if that other part was supposed to be blocked off or looked like it was just some sort of wood landslide. It's really a pretty moderate trail except for this part. Okay, I think I see what's going on, basically. The old trail, you can see another pile of rubble right here. I guess this is a temporary block off of the old footpath, because if we would have went straight, we would have turned the bend and ended up at this same spot. So I guess they're trying to restore that part of the trail. And now we wrap around that way instead. Here's a bench. I believe this was part of an Eagle Scout project at one point. And this is we're on trail 1. Let's start the hike up. Be a little harder to see the cliffs with all this vegetation. Can get a little bit slick out here, especially this part of the trail. It's muddy and sandy. If it rains a whole lot, this whole trail will pretty much get washed out. This way to the Overlook. Oh, exotic invasive plants. This is another new sign here. Oh, here's a nice piece of litter on the trail. Guess we'll pick that up and deal with that. Okay, this part of the trail is supposed to go up this way. People have made their own path up this way, straight up to the top of the cliff. Please don't take that trail. Take the one that's marked. Let's take a look at this real quick. Okay, yeah, we definitely have lots of this honeysuckle. I didn't know it was Japanese honeysuckle. I can't tell you how many of these I've tried to get rid of out of my yard. Maybe they're removing some here. Oh well, and then the Amur honeysuckle and the stillgrass. Seen some of that around. And this Japanese chafe flower. Well, you can pause it if you want to read a little bit about this. Let's continue on up the hill. Alright, after you have your rest at that bench there, you can proceed to the most strenuous part of this trail. It comes early. See another sign right here for fragile habitat. Please stay on the trail. You really should respect these signs. Just stay on the trail. There's no need to go out into the thicket. You'll see just as much nature from this vantage point. Still on the trail. New trail markers. It's a slight drop off here. I don't think the elevation changes more than, I don't know, 100 feet, maybe 2. Really not that much. Could slide right down there. So stay to the left on this part. So when the glaciers pulled back millions of years ago, they left this small 40-foot cliff right here in Boone County. You can come check it out whenever you want now. Almost to the top here. All right, another bench, loop trail, which will continue in a few. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Overlook. And yet another bench. I really don't think I've worked up enough of a sweat to even have a seat yet. Okay, there are some actual drop-offs here, so if you have children, make sure you have them in hand. I'll go show you. It's a lot easier to see when the leaves are gone. There's a drop-off here. See across the valley, rock formations. This tree's rotting from the inside. Imagine one day it'll come tumbling down. Might want to cut that down. It's kind of a landmark though. Head on over to the other overlook. This is what you can see over here from down below, especially when the leaves are gone. All the way down to the creek down there. There's that unauthorized path people have made. Down into the deep, deep forest. And those, my friends, are your cliffs. The cliffs of Boone County, Kentucky. Like I said, you could see a lot more in the fall, but still a beautiful place to be. If you end up being surrounded by city day in and day out, this is a really nice spot to come. You can spend an hour or two out here. My backpack, there's really not much in it. A couple bottles of water, a couple snacks. You could have lunch out here, hang out at one of these benches. You don't need me to tell you how to enjoy the outdoors. Alright, let's do this loop trail. Slight incline right here. Once you get up that first hill, this trail's pretty much a breeze, except for a couple ups and downs. You don't descend back into the valley till the very end. I was watching some hiking videos on Chadwell Gap and just kind of inspired me to get back out here. That Cumberland Gap area, Chadwell Gap. Those are some intense, amazing hikes down there. Yet another bench, because they want you to rest about every 1/8 of a mile on this trail. This marker right here, loop trail, and this broken board on the ground. If you remember from the beginning, I said there used to be an old trail. Used to be the old trail. This was the way. Somewhere down and around through there and back to the parking lot. That trail basically no longer exists. But that is where it came out. I remember hiking that trail, 15 years ago maybe. It did exist. This down tree, massive. Been there for at least a decade or two. As far as I can remember, it's been sitting just like that. This part's getting pretty overgrown. think at the end of this video I'll put just a couple pages of a PDF information about Boone Cliffs, more you can read on. There'll be information in the links as well, or a link for you to check out that PDF, because I've kind of been talking through the whole video, so I don't think there'll be much room for voiceover. Some little tidbits for you guys. Always kind of wanted to bike this part. It goes down and then curves back up around. And I don't believe you're allowed to mountain bike back here. Well, I thought I was recording, so I'm not sure where I left off, but now I've got another bench, more little paths people have made in the woods, and a bunch of carved trees back here. Guess they're just perfect for carving. Look at this one. Some wiry kid got all the way up there, Kassan. Anyway, please don't do that. Nobody really cares that you were here. Enough for you to put it on a tree. Make a video like me. Very tall canopy. I'm liking these new signs they put up everywhere. Information you can teach to your kids and all that. This one's about the white walnut. You ever see these nuts around right here? Now you're looking at a native walnut tree. Fortunately, the tree is getting killed by a fungus called the butternut canker. Well, that's bad news. Interesting stuff. Okay, we're at the part of the trail right now where it's basically bending back around. Here, big old crow up there. Continuing on. Go straight for just a little ways, and then we'll bend back to the left. The trail will wrap back around. And I hear the bottom part of the trail has been redone a little bit. So we'll see what happened there. So far, the only wildlife has been those crows. This is new, an Overlook bench here. Guess you're allowed to walk up to this one. Looks like it's been here forever, but I don't remember this bench. Hopefully we can beat the rain out of here. I think we're kind of pushing it. Not sure what that orange tape is there for. Either to save or cut down that tree. Yeah, it's getting darker. A lot of that orange tape. Maybe someone else can let me know what that is. If you've made it this far in the video, this will officially be my longest video. Now I'm hearing some thunder. So it's time to get moving. I knew the rain was coming. This canopy will create a lot of deflection from the rain. So if it doesn't rain that bad, it really won't be that bad. But I definitely don't want to get soaked, so this trail is not that long. Fungi. Strange, these benches look so old, but I just don't recall them. Well, it's not evening time. It's just getting darker out. This little pipe right here I can identify as one of the contributors to this middle creek. Not sure where it comes from underground, but I think that you can see the erosion down through there. It's definitely a main source of water for that creek. Boone Cliffs Park is surrounded by private property, so some of the points in the trail, I think around here actually, right up over the ledge or ridge here, I think is private property. Used to be dirt bike trails, you'd hear them coming through here, but I think those kids are grown and gone. So again, don't go wandering off. You might be in somebody's backyard. Not next to their house or anything, but you know, private property and all those rules. Well, that was a gunshot. I don't know if you heard that. Over there in the distance, someone, I don't know, zeroing in their rifle. Not quite deer season yet. There it is again. If you guys can hear that. I'm sure it's on the other side of that ridge. Hopefully in a valley. Hopefully aiming at a backdrop. Still on the trail. Yeah, I know you heard that one. And a drop off down there. There are some semi-treacherous areas. You know Kentucky at all, you know there's much more serious drop-offs than that. You get down into Red River Gorge and all there. Might be one of my next ventures, so stay tuned. Just keeps firing his gun over there. Whoa. Here's where I was talking about. That's the private property. You could see the ATV track right there, if you're really looking, so I won't go that way. If it wasn't for the occasional airplane, you might think you're deeper in the woods. Got some fallen debris here. A little desire path through here. Really wouldn't take a whole lot to clear that out. Surprisingly, not that many cobwebs. Good caterpillar hanging here. Maybe we could save his little life. I've altered the horse of human history. Or caterpillar history. A whole lot of baby trees down there. That's encouraging. In this video. All I know is I wouldn't want to haul the wood all the way back here. Seen more remote benches and structures than that where I wonder, wow, hauling it all the way back into here? Insane. But much appreciated, I'd imagine, by many of folks. Alright, now we have truly wrapped back around. Guess you walk a little longer than I thought on that back part. We are now headed back north, maybe northeast just a little bit. Still hearing some slight thunder rumble. But I think we're going to be okay. I guess some of these leaves are starting to turn, huh? Won't be long now. Just had a mosquito buzz by my ear there. Bug spray might be recommended anytime when you're in the woods. Oh, sounds like we're getting closer to the gunfire. Okay, at this point in the trail, takes a little bend to the right here. There's some foot travel over in that area. I'm not going to tell you that there's not anything over there. Well, please stay on the trail. Maybe it was up here a little farther. Actually, I think there's nothing up here to the left. I think whoever's shooting's right across the street from this, from here. Yeah, my mistake. That last part, there really was nothing. It'd be nice if they included this part on the trail, but I don't think they ever will. Can extend this trail by going all the way around the front way and then taking it and going back the other way. Okay, this is the bend. Let's see, there's a bench right there. And there's an obvious extra footpath back that way, which is not the real trail, so I won't show you. But there's nothing back there. But please stay on the trail. Just a beautiful gem of a trail tucked away on Middle Creek Road in northern Kentucky. Highly recommend this trail. Highly recommend you don't litter on this trail. I've already picked up 2 water bottles. Looks like from maybe the same couple of people. You know, leave no trace. This isn't a garbage can. It was closed for over a year. And you're just going to come back and throw your bottles on the ground? Come on, people. Let's keep some of this earth clean. Okay, I think I'm going to pause this till we start our final descent. I'll let you know how many minutes away from this point it is. I'm just going to put the camera down for just a minute. Okay, it's only been about 2 minutes, but this is the descent down to the final descent. You go down and up, and then almost straight down to the bottom. Which I used to like to run down the trail. You can get going down that hill. It's pretty fun. There's another valley, another runoff, falling down trees, making room for new trees. Oh, here we got a sign. Nature Preserve, protect plants and wildlife, preserve no hunting, fishing, trapping, littering, pets, no plant or artifact gathering, camping, fires, no motorized vehicles, or rock climbing. So yeah. And in case you didn't believe me about the private property, there it is, private property, keep out. And I do believe they mean that here in Kentucky. You better stay the hell off their property. Is that one of those walnuts? I altered nature again. Maybe that'll be a new tree there one day. Come back in 10 years and find out. Probably some squirrel will get it. Alright, this is the descent. We're going to cut back a couple times, and before you know it, this trail's going to be coming out back at the parking lot or somewhere. I don't know where it ends now. They said they changed the bottom part of this where it comes out. It used to dump out onto the road, and you'd walk the road about 1/8 of a mile back to the parking lot. But now I think it wraps back onto the trail, maybe? Find out. Sounds like maybe a cardinal among the crows. A couple of them. Down we go. Oh hey, another sign. Oh, ferns of the cliffs. I was mentioning those ferns earlier. What do you know? This might be where the trail used to go. A couple of big cut logs here. And it doubles back. Might have used to go this way. Can't quite recall. If you want to learn more about ferns, just pause it right here. The beach fern, the walking fern, the Christmas fern. Can't get enough of those ferns. Actually, maybe this is the original way. That was just an extra trail. People have come through here and hiked all through here. Well, I'm guessing it's target practice. He'd have had that rifle zeroed in by now. I can hear the creek. We're down lower. You can actually almost see the road down there, I think. The creek, we are on the complete opposite side of the creek right now as when we started. Levels out just a bit here. We'll take one more dive back down. I always loved hiking these hills. Good exercise, good breakaway from the monotony of the daily routines. You gotta get out in the woods once in a while. Duck under some trees, identify some plants, breathe some fresh air. All good. Unless you're walking through mud back here, you really can do this hike in plain old tennis shoes. I guess that's the cut through, but we'll take it around. You can hear the creek up here. Definitely see the road now. Middle Creek. Well, looks like I see one last sign up here. Used to be it dumped you out onto this road, so let's see what happens. How do you make a trail anyway? A footpath. I understand the clearing part, but as far as making it a nice worn path, how does that happen? Just people walk over it 1,000 times before it opens? Okay. We got a cable keeping us from going down to the road. Oh, we got something about a salamander here. I have seen these here actually. Redback salamander. Yeah, he's a cool little critter. I like him. So if you want to learn about that, go ahead and pause it right here. Take a good read. Okay, so the cable keeps us roped off there. And what, it empties out into the road on the other side of the creek. Now we got to cross the creek instead of... Any salamanders down here? Not that I can see. Well, that's not much of a change. What was the point of that? There's the no parking. Don't park over here on this road. So it used to come out right there, and now it comes out right here. And then you walk back to the parking lot. I don't know why they changed it so you have to walk across the creek right there. Kind of an odd way to end a trail, but that's how it is. And that's the end of Boone Cliffs trails. Nature Sanctuary. Okay, so like I said, stay tuned. I'm going to put a little more information on after this video. Yes, please stay tuned. Check out the links, check out the PDF. A little bit more information about the geology of this area. I guess even with recording and taking my time, the trail only took about an hour. You'd probably be in and out of there in less than 40 if you really gunned it. So happy trails, everyone. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.